Since ancient times, in the riverside village, people have whispered about the Black Lantern. On the night of the Mid-Autumn Festival, if anyone dares to foolishly hang it on the old banyan tree at the village gate, disaster will befall. 3 absolute prohibitions. Do not light any flame other than the moonlight when hanging the lantern. Do not let children touch the lantern. And most importantly, never laugh or play around the Black Lantern. For when laughter echoes beneath the full moon, the lion dance drums will turn into funeral cries. Children will become wandering spirits, and the one who hung the lantern will bear a blood curse for the entire village. Mark these words well. The Black Lantern can only be destroyed when it is burned with the blood of the very one who hung it. If not, every Mid-Autumn Festival, the moon will once again turn red as blood, and the curse will repeat until the end of time. Part 5. The Crimson Moon and the Death Lantern. The 3 fled headlong through twisted alleys, narrow like the cracks of hell itself. Their breaths tore through their throats, raw and ragged, as though scraped by 1,000 blades. Behind them, the pounding footsteps of the ghostly lion dance pressed closer, mingling with the eerie laughter of children, echoing like dirges from the realm of the dead. We can't keep running, Mia sobbed, her legs buckling, nearly collapsing onto the jagged ground. Nathan clutched her shoulders, then turned to Troy. We need to find shelter, otherwise we'll die like Tate. Troy glanced back, his face drained of blood, sweat pouring, his eyes darting in panic. Beneath the crimson moon, bleeding across the sky, he spotted a crooked house at the village's edge, the house of the old woman who had once warned them about the Black Lantern. There, inside, Troy shouted, dragging the others toward it. The rotting wooden door creaked open as though groaning in protest. They stumbled inside and slammed it shut. Darkness swallowed them whole, thick and suffocating, reeking of burnt incense. The air buzzed with the incessant drone of insects, yet beneath it lurked another sound, faint but distinct, like the grinding of teeth from countless unseen souls. Then, from the darkness, a hoarse, icy voice rang out. "You have hung it up too." An oil lamp flared to life, casting a dull yellow light on the old woman's wrinkled face. Her eyes were cloudy as though shrouded in mist, yet there gleamed within them a knowing, soul-piercing gaze that chilled the marrow. Mia burst into tears, collapsing to her knees, her voice breaking with despair. "Please, save us. We didn't mean to. We didn't know. We didn't know it would be this terrible." The old woman did not answer. Her trembling hand leaned on a bamboo staff as she slowly turned and walked into the small room behind her. The staff tapped the floor with the sound of a counting fate. She pushed the old door open and motioned for the 3 of them to enter. Behind that door lay the passage to the village communal hall. They followed the old woman into a dark chamber. In it, the lamp's wavering light threw warped shadows along both walls. From floor to ceiling, hundreds of battered paper lanterns were piled high, caked with dust and mold, rotting. Some were misshapen, torn as if bitten. Others remained intact, but their colors had faded to ashen gray, releasing the cold, musty smell of an ancient grave. "This," the old woman's voice croaked like wind through an abandoned tomb. "These are the remnants of a clan that was wiped out by its own folly. Nathan shivered, his lips blue, and forced the question, Do you know the origin of that black lantern?" The old woman nodded slowly. In her cloudy eyes flared a mixture of sorrow and hatred. "I know, because I am the last descendant of the craftsman who made it." Silence fell like a slab. The children's blood felt as if it had frozen. Each breath grew heavy, choking their chests. "Many generations ago, my ancestor was a lantern maker for the court. But one mid-autumn, driven by greed and hatred, he mixed the blood of an unjustly dead child into the paper and made a black lantern. The villagers called it the Black Blood Lantern. When it is lit, it opens a gate that calls back hundreds of unatoned child spirits." Her voice sank, hoarse, as if coming from a deep pit. "Each time someone dares to hang and light it on the full moon night, those spirits return and demand lives. They will not leave until blood is offered." Troy went pale, sweat beaded on his brow. "So, how can it be stopped?" he asked. The old woman stared straight at him. Her look was a blade of ice set across his skin. "There is only one way to end the curse. Burn the black lantern with the blood of the person who hung it on the banyan tree." The air congealed, heavy and suffocating. Nathan turned to Troy. His eyes were dark as abysses. Mia clung to Nathan's arm, trembling, face drained of color. Troy shook his head wildly, voice breaking. "No, that can't be. You mean I have to die?" Nathan ground his teeth, voice choked as he tried to quell the quake in his chest. "It can't be like that. There must be another way. Do you have any other method?" Mia fell to her knees, crying, voice lost in despair. Please, there must be another path. We can't let Troy die." The old woman slowly shook her head. Her cloudy eyes were heavy as stone. "I have seen it for many generations. Each time the black blood lantern is lit, only the blood of the one who hung it will close the gate. No exceptions, no other route." The air pressed in, stifling. Troy stepped back until his spine slammed against the wall, his face twisted with fear. Tears mixed with sweat as his voice broke. "No, it can't be. Why me? I only wanted to prove those rumors were nonsense. I didn't expect it to end like this." Nathan gripped his hands until knuckles blanched, eyes rimmed red, speechless. Mia sobbed uncontrollably. Her hiccuping cries rang out in the cramped room. The old woman closed her eyes. Her voice sounded like a death knell. "Apart from sacrifice, there is no way. If you hesitate, when the blood moon fades, all will be swallowed." Outside, the sound of the lion drums rose again, but now they were no longer distant. The beating seemed right on the roof, booming in mournful throbs. Children's laughter swelled, multiplying as if 1,000 spirits pressed close. The window rattled. Through a gap, the three of them could see dozens of malformed child faces pressed to the glass, eyes glowing red, mouths wide, as if to tear them apart. Nathan lunged forward, slamming the latch shut. His back pressed hard against the wooden door, heart pounding as if ready to burst. We don't have much time left." Mia trembled violently, turning to Nathan, her voice choking, as if her breath were about to snap. If this keeps on, we'll all die. Not just die, but our souls will be trapped inside that lantern. Like Josh, like Tate." Troy shrank back into a corner, his body quivering, drenched in sweat. Outside, furious pounding shook the door, mingled with ear-splitting screams and wails. The walls rattled as though the entire house would be ripped apart. The stench of blood surged into their lungs, thick and suffocating, choking every breath. Terror packed the air, each second dragging on into eternity. Troy clutched his head, screaming in despair. Why? Why does it have to be me? Outside, the blood-red moon was sinking lower, while the swarm of child shadows pressed closer, their tiny fingers tapping against the walls in a hollow rhythm, heralding the final moment. In the pitch-black room, the three children had been cornered. Either one would sacrifice blood to seal the demon's gate, or all would vanish, their souls swallowed whole on this blood-soaked night.